Welcome back to Zach Collects Stuff. Gamers, I got a fun one for you today. Early 2000s, the newest thing on the market, something that brings me back to the end of my high school days, is the old PlayStation 2. And so, quite a find I have for you here. What a steal I got at the yard sale about a month ago now. And let's get into what I found. It's pretty awesome. Okay, quite a find here. I found at a yard sale a PS2, obviously used, the fat one, not the slim body, along with 20 plus games, controller, and other accessories for $10. Now, it was an older couple. They're just trying to clear stuff out from their grandkids, kind of being older and not using this stuff anymore. And they were like, I said, you sure you want to sell it for $10? And they're, of course, like, yeah. I was buying some other stuff too, some other kids' toys that my kids really wanted. And so this was just kind of icing on the cake. But really neat pickup here. Tons of games and $10 very well spent. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, if I'm going to sell it. There's a used game store about a half hour away from me. So I might go there to see what they'll give me for it, but also I wouldn't be upset about just keeping the PS2 and eventually kind of seeing if it works. But this is what we have picked up. So obviously it has this Lego Star Wars 1 and 2, and then it has kind of the off-brand controller here, so not really desirable there. I may try to pick up a couple of the actual PlayStation controllers that function there. Came also with 2 memory cards, not in the greatest condition. The R2-D2 looking one here, so cool there. A couple memory cards. And then as I was talking to my buddy Will about it, he doesn't have a PS2, but he had this old media remote that he tried to trade in at some place and they didn't really want it. So we looked it up on eBay. It doesn't really have a whole lot of value, like somewhere between $5 maybe and right around there, maybe $10 at most. So he gave me this media remote to kind of go with my PS2 collection. So kind of neat there. But let's go through the games. Start with some ones that really aren't that desirable. The Ferrari Challenge. The problem with this collection, I'm going to show you just one of them here. I'm not going to open up every one of them. But the discs, most of them are in similar condition. They've been beat to heck. Looks like maybe they weren't really taken very well care of, or whatever the case is, but I don't know if you can still get one of those CD buffers and kind of buff out the scratches or whatever, but that might be something I'll look into if I plan on keeping those. So Ferrari Challenge is game number 1. One that still has some desirability. These SmackDown games are pretty popular still, so that one's really nice. So, Need for Speed Pro Street. I remember this game, and I loved Need for Speed. Any game that was Need for Speed back in the day. And so that's a cool one there. I also loved Tiger Woods Golf. Doesn't seem like Tiger Woods Golf would be really kind of a fun game, but man, I loved it. It just fit my personality for playing games back then. Lots of racing games here. Ford Racing 3. There are a couple of these cases that are empty, and I can't remember which ones they were. Suzuki Superbikes. That one's kind of cool. And then Madden 10. So it blows my mind how long PlayStation 2 was relevant. So like you talk about games from 2003 or 2000 is basically when PS2 came out, and you talk about 2010, but it was released in 2009 probably. Like, the fact that PS2 was around that long before they advanced on to the next thing. So, a really fun one here, Fight Night, round 3. In there. Let's see, I'll check some of these. So, that one actually looks pretty good. Still a few little scratches and dings there, but cool game there. Ghost Recon, an amazing game. I used to love these games. The Advanced Warfighter. Used to love first-person shooters too. FIFA Soccer 08. FIFA always has some popularity, but sports games that are used, really not all that valuable. The Sims 2. So, kind of a cool one there. The old SSX Tricky snowboarding games. These were so much fun. So just a good change of pace. Now, this is probably one of my favorite finds in the lot here. The Ultimate Alliance Special Edition. Love Marvel recently. When I was a kid playing this, I was in my late teens, maybe 16, 17 when this was relevant. Wasn't really into this. I was into the sports games and I was into first-person shooters. So the Ultimate Alliance games, the Marvel games, really didn't have much calling to me. But looking at them now, they are super awesome. So if I do end up keeping the PS2, this will be one of the games that I keep along with it, and I may just kind of get rid of some of the other games. Men in Black. Don't really know much about that game. Never played it. Another cool Marvel game, X-Men Legends. So another X-Men, the official X-Men game. Another sports game here, NBA Live 07. Some of the ones that were the most fun, I was terrible at Guitar Hero, but man, were they fun to play around with and just kind of, they were good party games. They were good co-player games when you had people over and you wanted to just kind of find something else to do, but the Guitar Hero games were so much fun. So this is a good nostalgia trip here, going through all these. Another Guitar Hero game, so 50 cents, obviously they're trying to sell them somewhere. Now I'm really excited about this one. I haven't played it, but Spider-Man Friend or Foe. Obviously, when you see my intros to the videos, you see my huge Spider-Man Funko Pop collection behind me. You know I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so even if I don't ever play this game, I may just keep this game to add to my Spidey display on the wall behind me. Maybe I should show off that Spidey collection at some point. The Matrix Path of Neo. I just like this case. This case is, and it's super heavy. So I don't know exactly, the booklet must be massive inside, but yeah, so there's that one. Yu-Gi-Oh! So sometimes these Japanese games, they end up being pretty popular in the grand scheme of things and pretty valuable, but I don't know. I don't remember many of the games that I found being much value on eBay. Another Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. Really excited about Star Wars Battlefront 1. Go back and kind of play through that. Love these games now. I love the current Battlefront games. So much fun to play. And again, when I was in my late teens, I've always loved Star Wars, but never really got into the video games of it. But yeah, pretty cool there. Never heard of this one, Slay, but I don't know. And the last one I have, Starsky and Hutch. So much fun to be able to pick up this collection. When I see stuff like this at yard sales, I always wonder, like, is it worth the purchase? I don't know. And some people put big price tags on their video games. This is really the first time, besides a Wii that I picked up last year with a bunch of fun games in it. This is really the first time that I've been able to kind of pick up a cool video game system at a low price. Now, the PS2 that came with it, it does not have the power cord with it, and it does not have the video cable. So I'm going to have to pick one up. So I don't know if it's actually functioning, but from the research that I did on eBay, PS2s, even untested, will sell for about $30 plus shipping on eBay. And so if I wanted to, I could probably sell it on eBay, less fees. I end up making $20 or something on the PS2. And so that's why I'm kind of considering bringing this into the used video game shop with everything and just saying, how much will you give me for the whole lot? Because I feel like if I sell it for $50 for everything, it would make it worth it to me just to kind of get rid of it all in one shoot and kind of just make $40 on the whole purchase. It's taking up space, but then again, my son loves video games, and I'm pretty sure the Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends, the X-Men Legends, the Ultimate Alliance game, I'm pretty sure my son would really get into that stuff too with some retro gaming. So wanted to share this one with you guys. I've had it sitting in my office for a while now. Pretty excited that I have it here. I still have to pick up the video cable and power cable. I think I can get them on eBay or on Amazon for like $12 to $15 for the power cable and the video cable. So don't know which TV I'm going to have to use for it, because the TV that I have in my office does not have the red, white, and yellow audio video cable, but it does have a coaxial, so I can probably do that. So, wanted to share this one with you guys. Again, thanks for watching Zach Collects Stuff. I really enjoy being able to share this stuff with you guys. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.